Beast Games confirms how much money Season 2's top 10 players won. Beast Games Season 2 has come to an end, and the top 10 players have had their share of prizes, but some of them ended up with almost nothing. The sophomore run of Amazon Prime Video's much talked about reality series introduced more twists and turns, as the players compete for the massive $5 million grand prize heading into the final game. However, the top 10 players' cash pool was forever changed in the penultimate round due to the number of bribes, so 6 of them made it to the finale. The chaos began in Beast Games Season 2, Episode 8, when the top 10 were presented with a difficult scenario, splitting $1 million. Unfortunately, 2 players took more than their fair share, which opened the floodgates for everyone to force them to strategize, betray, and face unexpected outcomes in the second-to-the-last round. Tyler defied all the odds and came out on top at the end of Beast Games Season 2, ultimately winning the grand prize of $5 million after choosing the correct briefcase in the final round against Corey. Aside from earning a life-changing sum of money, Tyler also won $100,000 when he took his fair share during the money split game. While others criticized his decision to take the $100,000, his fellow players understood it was the agreed-upon sum each would take during the round, meaning he stayed true to his word, and this move earned him a spot in the top 6 by being voted first. Throughout Beast Games Season 2, Corey played with integrity and kept his word no matter what. His honest strategy earned him a spot in the final 2, but it wasn't enough to win the whole thing, and the added heartbreak is that he left with a relatively small sum. Corey made a bold move by going all in bribing his way to the top 6 in the penultimate round, which left him with only 17,130 thras heading into the finale. Given that the final game was an all-or-nothing contest to determine the $5 million winner, Corey left with the same amount, leaving fans disappointed with his outcome. Brett is perhaps one of the polarizing players in the final rounds of Beast Games Season 2, and his strategy of going all out and taking huge risks paid off because he earned a whopping $1,193,000 cash prize. After he took $250,000 during the money split game, which was more than his fair share, many predicted that he would not make it to the top 6. However, Brett was a master strategist during the bribe game, and he managed to buy his spot in the top 6, even though his earnings later diminished to $93,000. Brett's luck even landed him a spot in the final 3, but he didn't make it to the top 2 because he willingly accepted Mr. Beast's $1 million bribe and voluntarily eliminated himself from the competition. Despite that, Brett was more than happy with his run on Beast Games Season 2 because he ended up as a millionaire. Hannah took a bold risk during the bribe game by emptying her pockets and giving away all her money to secure a spot in the top 6. She had 0 heading into the finale, and she ended up with the same amount after being eliminated by Brett in the top 4. Beast Games Season 2 finale confirmed that every player received $1,000 for participating, meaning Hannah earned the same amount. This is heartbreaking for Hannah, because she initially rejected $1 million during the Captain Bribe round. If she had accepted that offer, she would have been a millionaire. Similar to Hannah, August also risked all of his money to secure a spot in the top 6, and this decision came back to bite him in the end after he was eliminated by eventual winner Tyler in the opening round of the finale. This meant August only won $1,000, which was devastating for him, as he was considered by many to be one of the strongest players in Beast Games Season 2. Jack used his smart tactics to bribe his way into the top 6, but he only ended up with $40,000 after the chaos that ensued in the finale. While he was a fan favorite to win the whole thing, Jack ended up getting eliminated during the ball kick round after second placer Corey shattered his heart. Monica's winnings in Beast Games Season 2 were mainly anchored by her decision to sell the $10 million coin to Mr. Beast during the money split game. She ended up earning a guaranteed amount of $500,000. During the bribe game in the penultimate round, Monica tried her best to advance to the top 6, but she was blindsided by Nick during the final vote, which allowed Brett to advance instead of her. Still, she managed to add $10,000 to her earnings after accepting a few bribes, bringing her grand total to $510,000. Jim knew that he had a lesser chance to advance to the top 6, so he simply accepted as many bribes as possible during the penultimate round, which landed him a final amount of $137,500. Given that Jim is confirmed to be in a relationship with Monica at the end of Beast Games Season 2, this life-changing revelation is more than enough to declare that both of them ended up winning in life. Nick became a central figure in Beast Games Season 2 because he was voted as captain several times due to being a trustworthy figure. However, that reputation was shattered when he took $250,000 during the money split game, more than his fair share. Despite that, Nick managed to take more bribes during the voting phase of the competition, bringing his grand total to $342,264. This is already a life-changing amount for Nick, and he seemed at peace with it despite not advancing to the top 6. Katie was the last player from the Smart team to miss the top 6. However, she still earned more than her two counterparts, Jack and Hannah, after she agreed to take bribes during the voting phase in the penultimate round. As a result, Katie earned a grand total of $160,057. Mr. Beast revealed at the very end of Beast Games Season 2 that he gave away over $11 million in prizes, and every player who participated received $1,000 as consolation. Aside from Brett and Tyler, multiple notable players also walked out of Season 2 as millionaires. Tyler, player 26, was the first one to take home $1 million after he took the bribe during the Captain Bribe round at the end of Episode 3. During the Survivor and Beast Games crossover, Ian outlasted everyone and took home an island worth $8 million in Episode 4. Meanwhile, a big twist in Season 2 is bringing back 10 contestants from Season 1 in exchange for some players taking an early $100,000 bribe in Episode 2. Ethan would also take a $50,000 bribe during the Survivor and Beast Games crossover event, but many argued that it was the worst decision in game show history because he would have won the $8 million island instead. Here is an overview of the earnings of some of the players from Beast Games Season 2.